Welcome to Macro Magic. I'm Sherry Damaris, and zooming in with me today is Taylor Sutherland. He is president of Charlie's Soaps, and I'm so excited to talk about his products as they don't pollute the waters, which we are really concerned with these days with any sort of laundry detergent or cleaning agent. They're not tested on animals. They decompose really easily into the environment, and they're very, very strong in cleaning. I actually mopped my floor the other day in the kitchen, and it was sparkling clean. And oftentimes with natural products, you don't get the strength of that cleaning solution in the product. And I was really amazed to see how strong and also the fragrance wasn't annoying. And so I really enjoy these products. So welcome, Taylor.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started with Charlie's Soaps. I know it was your grandfather and then your father who started the
The
company.
long story short, my grandfather started the company to sell oils to the textile industry locally and abroad. And my father was a textile chemist. And my dad created oils for the texturing plant and the knitting plant and the throwing. And the yarn had to be coated with this oil to run through thousands of miles of machines and then be cleaned of the oil on the other side so that you can then weave it into fabric. The problem was our very slippery oil would not come off the yarn at all from with anything. I mean, they tried literally everything short of an axe to get the oil off of the yarn. It couldn't do it. So instead of changing the oil, he created a cleaner that would target it. And turns out we were a heck of a lot better cleaner than we ever were in oil, which is saying something because it was a pretty darn good oil. My dad took over the company from his partners in '83, and we opened up an outlet store because it was so popular with the workers that they were stealing it. About 2/3 of the tankers that were going to the plant were going out the back door, and they demanded that an outlet store be opened up, and that was a
Wow.
Winn-Dixie in Madison, North Carolina. And there it sat for 16 years, outselling a very popular orange-colored detergent, 4-1 for like 16, 15 years. But my dad was a tinkerer and not a marketer. So he was happy with where it was. And I was growing up and going through college and trying not to come back to the family business, but that didn't work. So now my brothers and I took over in 2002 and officially bought the company in 10. And now we've rebranded. We have expanded the line, and now we're the number one selling natural laundry powder in the country.
Oh my gosh. And what was the secret formula? Well, you can't tell the secret formula, but
A plus
what,
B does not equal C. No,
what was making it such a great, strong cleaner is my
well,
question, because all these
my
natural
dad,
products
yeah.
sometimes don't
Sorry, I didn't
clean.
mean to step on you. My dad was, well, I'm going to say it. He was brilliant. A bit dumb, but brilliant. And he did not go to the tried and true method of looking in the chemical handbook to develop a cleaner. Everything else out there that is for consumers is pretty much the same thing. They use a different delivery method, or they use a slightly different surfactant, or they change the dilutions, but they're all pretty much the same. Ours just works differently. And it breaks oils up and knocks them down to minute particles and sends them down the drain where they biodegrade. So essentially, it makes a glob of oil, i.e., dirt. I mean, pretty much oils or dirts, and you can lump them all into a giant category. Makes things that are not necessarily biodegradable because now they're so dang tiny that the bugs just eat it up. And the end result back in the day was a cleaner that was really, really tough on the oil, but it ignored the yarn because dirt uses a series of chemical bonds to stick to things, and it wants to stick to things. And we just gave it something more enticing to stick to. So it lets go, does not harm the fabric in any way, shape, or form because it doesn't have any chemical bonds to connect to it.
Wow.
And it did that in a nice biodegradable fashion and in a safe fashion because it's not touching your skin. So it didn't hurt the little old ladies who were using the thing, and it did not hurt the river as it was being flushed straight into the river back in the '70s. And the EPA was cracking down on things, and they wanted to clean up. and it didn't hurt the wallets of the people that were buying it. So when textiles dried up in North Carolina, it was a ready-made consumer product. It just needed to be packaged.
Wow. Wow. And you want to tell us a little bit about the ingredients, some of the ingredients
Yes,
in the bottles?
yes. The ingredients are just 4 or 5, depending on which one you're looking at. Water straight out of the Mayo River, which is spring-fed Mayo River. It's one of the few rivers left in the country you can actually drink out of.
Wow.
It's very, very pure water. You also have sustainably mined washing soda with actually no impurities in it, so you don't have dirt going into your washing machine. You have our surfactants, which are partly plant-based from the oil stock that is generated that generates the thing. They go through rigorous testing to make sure they're free from things like dioxane and such, and all these types of things. And it's called a straight chain. Basically, it just means the bugs in the environment eat it up like Pac-Man from one end to the other and don't leave any kind of residue. So it just goes into carbon dioxide and heat, and it just disappears. And you've seen other so-called green products tout how they have as little as 9 ingredients, but you can do a better job with just 5.
It's interesting to me because I did a TV show years ago on, the dangers of pert in dry cleaning and how just washing things with, CO2 cleans them. So it's interesting that you mentioned that as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about some of your products. The one that I started with was the kitchen and bath, which I found was so powerful. I mean, I sprayed the walls of my bathroom, I sprayed my kitchen floor. It degreased so easily, and I've been using natural products for years, and I never saw this occur with a natural product.
It is a misnomer that green does not clean. They just haven't looked in the right areas. If you'll notice the ingredients on the back of the package, they all look the same, but it's like any restaurant can make 50 different dishes out of chicken, rice, and beans, depending on how you mix them together. That kitchen and bath is the grandbaby of the original formula. It has gone through a couple of iterations over the 50 years we've been around, but we took it, we diluted it down exactly to the strength that you would use in a kitchen, in a home, where you're not taking the garden hose to try to rinse things off like they did back in the day. You don't want to do that inside. So we bring it down with our nice, like I said, the Mayo River water. So it's nice and pristine, clean. So you're not leaving any kind of weird film or behind. It just lifts the dirt up because it wants to stick to it, and it just wipes it away. The kitchen and bath is the ready-to-use formula. The indoor-outdoor is the concentrated version of that. So that's the spray and rinse. The other one is the spray and wipe.
Okay, so this one is the spray
and rinse.
And rinse. So what's the difference between spray and wipe and spray and rinse?
Simply concentration. A lot of people have hard water, so if they were to try to dilute it at home, they would be diluting it within subpar water. No offense to anybody, but we know that our water, we can control it here, so we just give them a ready-to-use product. And the indoor-outdoor there is the concentrated formula.
Okay, so that's concentrated. Tell us a little bit about your laundry soaps.
Our laundry powder was an interesting, quick story on that one. We made liquids forever, and it's 2002, and I'm in college, and I'm teaching, and I'm doing everything to come back, except coming back to the family business. And my dad says, I've got a customer who will buy 40 truckloads of laundry powder a week. I just need your help selling it. And I said, that's great, but Dad, number one, you don't make a laundry powder. I said, well, he said, we didn't. We do now. So it's the same general ingredients, but instead of a water base, it is a washing soda base. So we take our goop, our active ingredients, and put them onto a washing soda, as opposed to making a liquid and then drying it, because when you do it that way, the things don't want to dissolve. So our powder, the amount that you would use for a large load of clothes is just 2 teaspoons.
Wow.
And it dissolves perfectly in like 10 ounces of water. So unless your washing machine is using 10 ounces of water, it's going to rinse out completely. So people who love the concentrated powder but are afraid of, like that whole liquidless concept and the waterless concept, but they're afraid of powders not dissolving. Well, it doesn't follow with Charlie soap. It will completely dissolve.
Which happens a lot because when I've used powders before, especially green cleaning laundry powders, they do clump up and you'll
Yes.
see them.
Well, the main thing about any other product out there is they will put a brightener in the detergent to make things appear bright. A lot of times you will see a fragrance. Imagine even the ones that say free and clear, they have a fragrance version. So the free and clear one is just the fragrance version without the fragrance in it. It's like my coffee without the flavor in it. It's the same thing. And they have all sorts of other ingredients that stick to clothes to make them appear clean. And that sticks to your washing machine. Why do you ever open up your washing machine and it stinks? That's because it's filled with this stuff. And that's why these other places say that you have to add these beads of scent to cover up the odor for 13 weeks. But what do you think happens on the 14th week? The beads run out and the BO that's still in the clothes bursts forth. So the trick is to get it clean. So a Charlie soap clean garment will stay fresh in your pantry and your closet for 14 years, let alone 14 weeks, because it is actually clean. That detox process is a bit scary. You'll smell and hear and feel every version of detergent you've ever seen and ever used come out of your clothes all at once. It's a cacophonous mess. Oh my God. People call me up. It's like, what's with the scent? It's like, that's not us. That's the stuff in your clothes coming out.
Oh my gosh. So they're actually sent, like, we talk on this show a lot about the new chemicals coming into our products. There's some called forever chemicals that are added to shampoos and soaps that never leave. You know, once they contact through your skin, they never leave your body. And it's all about scent. So you're seeing all these even natural products with new scents in them, like lemon and all, but they're not made from a lemon. They're made from chemicals. So I'm so happy to hear that this even takes the chemicals that are presently in your clothes out and cleans. You mentioned too that it cleans your washing machine when you
Exactly. It doesn't know where the dirt's stuck. It just knows that dirt likes to stick to things and it wants to make it stick to it instead. And then it goes down the drain along with it.
Wow.
The upshot is it cleans the clothes, the washing machine, and technically the pipes on the way to the water system. So if it's just a handful of people using it in your town, it makes no noticeable difference. But if everybody in your town is using Charlie soap, the sewer's cleaner. And all these PSAs that they have about don't flush chicken grease down the sink, well, that becomes less of a problem because it's cleaning drains out on the way to the sewer.
Wow.
We found that by accident. And in fact, there are a couple of towns that are using it solely for that purpose.
Wow, that's amazing, Taylor. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to learn more about your unbelievable, great, awesome products from Charlie Soaps.
Right here.
A stroke can be easy to detect. A loved one can't speak. Perhaps they can't move. But there's another sign of a stroke that many of us can't see. It's called spatial neglect, and it can occur during or after a stroke, causing distorted visual movements. Fortunately, there's a solution by using optical prism technology during rehabilitation. If you or a loved one have experienced a stroke, ask your doctor about spatial neglect. Spatial neglect. See the whole picture at KesslerFoundation.org.
Are you burned out, disenfranchised, disengaged, extremely distracted? Do you feel that you're lost in semantics, over-leveraged, overwhelmed? My name is Lisa Fratelli, and I have a show on RVN TV, always streaming. The name of the show is The Neuroscience of Wealth and Well-Being. The intention of this show is to explain how you can get back to homeostasis, flow states, creativity. It's highly correlated with happiness and well-being. So you can get out of overwhelm, get out of burnout, not feel distracted, and get back to your life. You will hear from experts who will get you back on track so you can enjoy your life again. RVN TV, we're always streaming.
Are you part of the Great Resignation? Are you a business owner that would like to diversify your business holdings? Have you always had an entrepreneurial itch but did not have a concept to get you started? Milestone Franchising represents over 500 franchise concepts across 30 industries. Concepts range from $20,000 to $6 million, and they can be home-based, office-based, mobile, or brick and mortar. We guide you through the process to select which concept is best for you based upon your core competencies, your interests, and your financials. Milestone Franchising is part of the International Franchise Professionals Group, IFPG, and will bring a host of resources to assist you in your quest for business ownership. When you work with a certified franchise consultant, you gain access to a professional process that helps you succeed in your search for the right placement. Finding the best placement for you within the franchising world of 4,000 concepts is the objective. Matching your skills and goals with a culture that fits you best is the priority. For a free consultation, visit our website at milestonefranchising.com. Milestone Franchising is here to lead you in a new direction.
A stroke can be easy to detect. A loved one can't speak, perhaps they can't move. But there's another sign of a stroke that many of us can't see. It's called spatial neglect, and it can occur during or after a stroke, causing distorted visual movements. Fortunately, there's a solution by using optical prism technology during rehabilitation. If you or a loved one have experienced a stroke, ask your doctor about spatial neglect. Spatial neglect. See the whole picture at KesslerFoundation.org.
Are you burned out, disenfranchised, disengaged, extremely distracted? Do you feel that you're lost in semantics, over-leveraged, overwhelmed? My name is Lisa Fratelli, and I have a show on RVN TV, always streaming.
Welcome back to Macro Magic. I'm Sherry Damaris, and with me is Taylor Sutherland, and we are talking about Charlie soaps and how amazing their formula is. Not only is it a very strong degreaser, which is hard to find among green products, but also the laundry detergent, which we were discussing previously, takes old smells out of your clothes that have been placed there with other detergents, especially scented ones. So Taylor, you explained a little bit about how that works and how it actually cleans the pipes and your washing machine. You want to explain when you load the washing machines, especially the newer ones, how to add the powdered soap, because so many of them are built just to accept the liquid soap.
Yes, the easiest thing to do is ignore the dispenser because they send just a trickle of water and splash it up to the edges and it doesn't quite get down the chute. So the best thing to do is to add the powder first and then add the clothes on top of it and you're done. And the reason that works is because literally you're talking about 2 teaspoons of laundry powder for a full load. Now, if it's nasty, if you're washing, diapers and things like that, I would go ahead and load up full 2 tablespoons. But any more than that, you're just throwing it away. So just toss it in first and make sure you don't overload your machine because the agitation is the key.
And how much does this retail for? I'm just curious. The laundry
20
powder.
cents a load.
How much?
$19.99 or 20 cents a load. 20
cents a load. Great. So in addition to the laundry detergent, you also have bleach, oxygen bleach. You want to?
Yes, ma'am. It is a sodium percarbonate. It is hydrogen peroxide locked into washing soda. So when the water hits it, you get washing soda going off and doing its thing, which is softening the water, and the hydrogen peroxide comes out and does its thing, which is bleaching. And hydrogen peroxide has a million different uses, and it just applies those to the clothes. So it is color safe. It's not as strong of a bleach as a chlorine bleach. So you're not going to get weird white spots all over your blue jeans. But it is a bleach, so be wary of that. You use about 2 tablespoons for a normal load, 4 if it's really, really bad.
And you sprinkle it just like you do the laundry powder.
Absolutely. It's kind of a granular thing, and just toss it in there.
And
if you just want a little bit of a freshening, you can use 1 tablespoon.
And it doesn't affect any of your colored clothes?
No, not at that dosage, no ma'am.
Okay.
Now, if it's not color fast, if you've got something that was not color fast, you ought to rip it off. But because Charlie Soap doesn't know the difference between dye, a bad dye, and dirt. So if you were taking a tie-dye class and didn't quite adhere the dye properly, it's gone.
Gone. And so you also have, like, which I like, the little travel packs. So if you're traveling somewhere, especially for a week, staying in a condo or with a washer dryer, you can take these little travel packs.
Yep, it's the basically the laundry powder in a very convenient delivery system. Just 1 packet and done, not 3 like the competition.
Okay, so you just drop in 1 packet like you would sprinkle it into your.
No, you just drop the whole thing in there.
Oh, and the outside packet dissolves.
Just dissolves.
Okay. And then you do have a pre-laundry spray, which I assume is for stains. Anything.
That is for the Charlie Soap does a bang up job by itself, but sometimes, let's be realistic. You're dragging your knees into first base. That's going to be a deep ground in stain, and that pre-treater allows it to penetrate and separate it so that the detergent can do its job. The difference between that and one of the other bargain brands is those you have to spray it quickly and wash it quickly because it's going to damage the fiber. That's how it cleans it. It destroys the fiber with the dirt on it. Charlie Soap doesn't work that way, so it takes a little bit longer, but you can spray it on there and leave it till laundry day, and it just separates things out.
So I haven't tested that one out yet on any stains to see how strong it is, but I will, because oftentimes with the green products, like the stain removers aren't that strong to release the stain.
We have testing that shows that the pre-spray plus the laundry powder got roofing tar out of cotton.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Everybody says the exact same thing. We've got the testing to back it up, and the industry history to say we weren't just a marketing company with a new formula. We were an industrial company that discovered a better avenue of bringing the product home. Most people, see, that's the thing. A lot of people who are out there buying the really, really nasty shelf chemicals for cleaning, a lot of them are like, they want to be a little bit greener, but they, as you say, they don't want to go so green that it doesn't work. And a lot of the people that are buying basically salad dressing to clean with, which, vinegar and water, it doesn't work, and they want something a little bit more powerful, but they don't want to give up that green feel. Exactly. Charlie Soap fits right in that middle. It's going to have that biodegradability and that safety, so if you get it in your mouth and your eyes, it might sting a little bit, but it's not going to damage you. The other, it's not for breakfast cereal, but it's not going to hurt you in case you do. But you're also to get that powerful clean that the other stuff can do.
Great. How are you marketing this to big industries, especially laundry facilities, massive laundry facilities that use so many toxic products for our environment?
We are working on it. Right now, we're installing the laundry liquid setup at a local animal shelter who does like 150 loads every 5 minutes. And the previous product was just damaging their machine and not getting the job done and costing an arm and a leg. So we're switching them over, and with that testimonial, we'll spread out.
Yeah.
We've got the pendulum. We went from industrial to consumer, and the pendulum is swinging back towards industrial now.
Yeah. I was going to say hotels, cruise ships,
we do have a cruise ship.
Nice.
I can't remember the name of it. I don't think they wanted me to tell, but we did in fact have a green cruise ship that was using Charlie Soap because it can flush down into their septic without causing any damage. And if it does leak, the fish eat it.
Wow, that's amazing.
It sounds like snake oil. No one believes me. The more I talk, it just sounds like so much too good to be true. Well, sometimes lightning does strike, and I think it's struck with Charlie Soap, and you will be surprised. We have a guarantee if you have to buy it from charliesoap.com, and if you're the one out of a million that hates it, I'm fine. I will give you your money back. I won't enjoy it, but I will do that. But for everybody else who takes the time to detox the thing, I mean, you've been using Brand X forever. That's gonna take a minute to come out of your clothes. So give it a chance. Give it 2 or 3 washes per garment, and you'll never look back.
That is so wonderful. Tell us a little bit about the dryer balls.
I have been fighting for those things for years, but I didn't want to just be another wool dryer ball because those are a dime a dozen. So what we did is we researched a company that had a technology that actually allowed the drying time to be reduced by a significant fashion. It's like 25%. And they've got the testing to back that up. So we partnered with them to bring the Charlie Soap name to it, and I'm very happy with what it. So we've already got a major retailer in Food City who carries them, and that's very, very brand new. So we're hoping to get it off the ground. It is available on Amazon and on our website as well.
Is Charlie Soaps are they available on Amazon?
Yes, ma'am. It is a top 10 laundry powder. And it's got everything that we sell is available on Amazon, available on our website at charliesoap.com. It's also available at Vitacost and Target.com and Walmart.com.
Nice.
And I'm just going ahead and say it first time you get a scoop. We are shipping Walmart retail tomorrow.
Nice.
So it will be available. It's also available nationwide at Kroger and countless retail locations across the universe. We have a website locator. You go to charliesoap.com and it says retail locator. Type in your zip code, let it churn for a couple of minutes, and they'll spit out 2, 3, 23 locations near you.
Nice. So wonderful. You even have it out there. What other things are on the horizon for you? Are you going to develop more products?
Yes, ma'am. I am getting ready to launch an industrial strength degreaser. So you're using the kitchen and bath and the indoor outdoor for home use. We are finally nailed down 1001 industrial degreasers. It's still biodegradable. Still wouldn't need it. But it might not like painted surfaces. So this is for the big burly men named Gunther. But it will flat do the job without harming the roses around the house and without harming the water system. And on top of that, we are working on a dish liquid right now.
Taylor, I can't thank you enough for all your work. I hope these environmentally, sustainable companies are honoring you and thanking you for developing these products, because they're so important to our planet at this time.
They really
not
are.
To pollute our rivers.
And it's not just the biodegradability in nature, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. Number one, the clothes are going to last longer because they are cleaner. The washing machine is going to last longer because it's cleaner. It's not going to end up in a landfill. I've talked about how it's actually cleaning the ground sewer systems. So your clothes are going to last longer. You're not having to throw them away. It's taking less energy to wash, less product to wash, which is biodegradable. And we're plastic neutral. So whatever plastic containers we send out, we actually save in certain manufacturing processes that prevents us from having to buy that amount for another use. So we're saving as much plastic as we send out. So we're kind of plastic neutral. We're a zero effluent company. So anything that comes in goes into the product. Nothing goes back out. It's just step by step by step. Yeah, sure, you can't eat Charlie Soap. I wouldn't. But if you do, if the baby gets into it, it's not an issue. I wouldn't recommend using it for salad dressing. But we are that happy medium between uber strong and uber green. Now you can have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, and what I love is, it's strong and it works. And it's sustainable. And also, with all these new chemical fragrances and chemical additives to all our detergents and soaps, kids can get blinded by touching them or eating them. And these are so safe.
I'll tell you a story of my dad when he was still with us. We were moving some pipes around and rejiggering the system, and a pressurized hose, pressurized from gravity, filled with the laundry liquid, exploded in his face. It cross-threaded it and it didn't seal, and it just splashed him in his eyeballs, however many gallons at full force. If this had been any other garden variety cleaner, he would have been blinded. But because of that, because it was our product, he had red eyes for a day and a half.
Wow.
But his eyesight returned perfectly. And
That's incredible.
another gentleman, I don't know why he did this. He was a graphic designer and put our pre-treater in his contact lens solution bottle because he didn't like my bottle at the time. So he mixed up his contact lens solution with our Charlie soap and washed his eyes out with our laundry pre-spray, and called us up thanking us profusely that we did not blind him and make his family go on disability.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story. Thank you, Taylor, for coming on the show. And
Thank
I'm
you very, very
excited
much.
to help support your company as you move forward. So stay in touch and come back on our show anytime. And
Absolutely. Had a ball. Thank you.
viewers, thanks for listening. Make sure to visit our website, www.macromagic.com, for all the latest news on our TV shows, and we'll see you next time.